Hello, my name is Bernard Kervin. I'm obviously from Belgium. I've been in Vietnam now continuously since 1993. I came to Vietnam following my Vietnamese wife, and right from the beginning I started to focus on community development in rural areas, try to eliminate poverty with microfinance programs, education programs, training in agriculture, in environment, etc. So at the beginning it was quite challenging in the sense that there was no local NGOs, and it was quite difficult. I did not want to work directly with government agencies. I wanted to have Vietnamese partners, NGO partners. So we started as a Belgian NGO, Belgian-French NGO, because Mekong Plus has both countries. And after 10 years or so, we finally managed to set up one local NGO in one province, and then 4 years later another one, and 4 years later again a third one in Cambodia this time. We prefer to work with the local authorities and not with authorities at the central government in Hanoi, because they are too far from the field, and it's more expensive to operate with them if they have to come from Hanoi, etc. So we work directly with the provincial authorities. Our approach is definitely participatory, meaning that we don't do anything without a very strong commitment and participation, including financial participation from the local population and the local authorities. For example, we have to adjust, of course, for in each region, but for example, in the Mekong Delta, one priority expressed very much by the people was to have more bridges so that they could cross the many canals and rivers, and so that the children could go to school, so that they could sell their agricultural produce, etc. So we said, fine, okay, bridges, but then what are you villagers going to do? We are not going to do it all for you. So they agreed to contribute quite a substantial part, and today on average they cover about 80 or 85% of the cost, and our NGO is covering just 15% of the cost, roughly on average. Till now we have contributed to make 450 bridges and small roads, and of course, because the villagers are working, financing these works, the quality is quite good, and the maintenance as well. And the location is very adequate, chosen by the villagers, exactly where it benefits them the most. A bridge has such an impact, economic impact. It is amazing, because when the farmers can sell their produce to the local market instead of the merchants who travel on the rivers, of course they get a much better price, and when they have to buy something at the end, they have also much more choice. So they take their motorcycle and cross the bridge and go to the markets, go to the suppliers. Another example, we work in the very arid regions of Binh Thuan and Ninh Thuan. There the question is not to make bridges, but access to education is the number one priority. Actually, the villagers told us number one need for them is that all the children should be able to go to school. And again, we said, okay, fine, we can try to contribute with scholarships or so. But if you come with just Belgian money or French money for scholarship, don't expect the impact to be very big. This is, in development terms, this is what we call the cold money. What you need is to mobilize local resources, what we call hot money. Because when the money is coming from the communities themselves, then the people are much more motivated, much more active and respectful. So for the education program, we said, fine, okay, what can we do together so that all children could go to school? And every year, so in December, before the school year begins, there is a big program with all the schools. We work with about 200 schools, and the people run 1 or 2, 3 kilometers and make donations to the Solidarity Fund. And this fund we will double or treble so that we can serve about 3,000 scholarships every year, small, very small scholarships. But because the participation is so massive, the rule is that in every commune we expect to have at least 1,000 people to participate, and therefore we have about 180,000 people joining this Solidarity Day every year. And you know, when you ask the people, when do you do that? They say, well, you know, we want all the children in our village to be able to go to school. And you know, all the beneficiaries, all the people who get a scholarship, of course, are, you know, working hard, studying hard, because they are a small minority, just about 2 or 3% children can get a scholarship. And as their neighbors, their friends, etc., have contributed to the fund, they are very, you know, hardworking and respectful for the solidarity emanating from their community, from their village. So for the credit program, we have a very high refund rate. 99% loans are refunded. The loans are very small. So why a credit program, you could ask? Because in Vietnam you have many banks, also in the rural areas, but banks do not offer small loans. By small loan, I mean less, for example, $100. So banks usually are interested in the loans of $1,000 and more. It's not economical for them to have a loan to make, you know, transaction for just $100. So people with very little income, all focus is on people who have less than €1 per day per person. This is about 5% of the population. So they cannot handle. They are very scared of handling a big loan, because if they can refund it, they are very scared of losing their land, their houses. The money lenders are around, and so they're very scared. So small loans, and we provide loans to about 7,000 households. Households meaning to the women. Basically, we focus on women. We want to reinforce the power of women in the community, in each household, and they are also hardworking and very honest as a rule. So this program has a very significant impact. Incomes usually increase on average by 15, 20, 25% every year, and so that, say, after 5 years or 6 years, depending on the local conditions, the people are out of acute poverty. They have maybe double their income, €2 per day or more, and then they have also new skills. They are more confident, and they can go to the bank, and so they can get much bigger loans, and they get out of the pool as soon as one household leaves the microfinance program. We take another one, and so this is how we can function. Over the years, about 8,000 households have been served by the microfinance program and are now out, and I think much better off. So if you want to have more details, I suggest you visit our website. It's Mekong Plus in one word, Mekong Plus.org. You have a lot of information on the website. We do a lot of short video clips that we put on YouTube, Mekong Plus. You have hundreds of them. So always very happy to answer questions. Do not hesitate to contact me or to contact us. Best regards. Thank you.